oh say ITC Cargill, then Australian Wheat Board, Britannia, I just now spoke about Britannia, Agricore or Agricore, Delhi Flour Mills, these are the company, and Adani Enterprises. So these were the industries which to grain the trade, they were there. Now this came after the government had accumulated the excessive food grain during the 2001 and 3. But soon the domestic food grain demand and supply balance, particularly for wheat, remember this, turned an adverse, and in it was a very bad effect, and India had to import more than 6 million tons of wheat. So let me write down here. India had to import more than 6 million tons of wheat in 2006 and 7. Okay, now we need to know the successful, let us see which are the successful alternative models of agriculture marketing. So let me quickly rub this. Okay, so successful alternative. So we have to see some alternatives here. So successful alternative models of agricultural marketing in India. So the first one is Safal, then Mother Dairy, Food, the full name of the company I'm writing, Procuring Limited, that is MDFPL. Then is ITC Chopal. So these three companies, so Safal was a fruits and vegetable auction market, was very successful here, and they were very successful in procuring and selling the horticulture product. Now Safal is a successful example of linking producers to consumers, and Safal was the only company where they were successfully eliminating the middlemen. Okay, and Safal is a division of NDDB. Okay, and as I told you also, it is method of direct procurement. So this is the method they do use, is direct procurement, and backed with technical support, has benefited farmers immensely, even without an assurance on prices. Okay, coming to the next one we will talk about is Mother Dairy. So Mother Dairy is a subsidiary of National, so let me write down here, National Dairy Development Board. So it's a subsidiary, I repeat, it's a subsidiary of National Dairy Development Board, and its operations are in Bangalore. Okay, so most of you people think Mother Dairy is in from Kolkata. No, its operation is in Bangalore, and it procures and sells vegetables, then fruits and dairy products directly from farmers to consumers. Okay, coming to the last one, that is ITC Chopal. Now this is a private marketing platform which is operated by the ITC, and here it allows the farmers to bring their produce in the ITC mandis, which are very much situated near to the villages. Okay, so these are some other innovative mechanisms. Apart from that also has been used, like There are, if you see that, so let us see some more innovative plans quickly. So where you can see, many of the states, have attempted this innovation. They are between the promoting the direct contact between the producers and the consumers by making arrangement for sale at, designated places in urban areas. So let us see first. You can see these are the places where there's a direct contact. So let us see the first one. So let's talk about Maharashtra first. They are called as Shetkaris Bazaars in Maharashtra. Then the second one is Apni Mandis or Kisan Mandis in Punjab and Haryana. Then third is Raitu Bazaars in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, then we have Krushak Bazaars in Odisha. Then we have the fifth one is Uzhavar Sandhais in Tamil Nadu. So these are the innovative plans which are done by the by the government. So the new innovation plans have done. And besides that, there is also a thing called as FPO. So let me rub that also. Let me just rub this and let me explain you that point. So FPOs are also called as like this. It's called as FPOs. It's called as Farmers Producers Organizations. Okay, so there are various kinds of are emerging as a new model for organized marketing and farm business. So such models, they include informal farmers who have, they can come in groups or associations, or they can be marketing cooperatives, or they can be producers companies also. So here what happens, due to this FPOs, farmers can benefit from getting together to sell their produce through economies of scale, where they can decrease their cost and increase their profits, and they can raise their bargaining power also in sales transaction, while marketing expenses gets distributed. So this results in better share of net returns. So such models, if you can see, are particularly required for small farmers. So this is basically used for small farmers to overcome their their problems of a small size, and they can have a good market opportunity to sell their products. Coming to the next one is organized retail outlets. Okay, so here this is the direct purchase of farm produce by the retailers, and it is being steadily increasing with the growth of organized retailing in India. So this is expected to accelerate it if the entry of FDI increases. So this is related to FDI, foreign direct investment. So here I can give you examples of organized retail outlets. The name is Food World, okay, which is of the RPG group. So I'm giving you some information. It is the leader among the organized food retail chains, and there are many more also. I'll give you some more examples. Fab Mall, Monday to Sunday, Family Mart, More for You, Heritage, Reliance Fresh, and Big Bazaar. But in this, the king is, as I said, is Food World. That is the biggest in RPG group. So most of the food chains, are regional in nature, and they have one or two outlets in the main cities. Okay, so rapid urbanization, then urban population growth, then increase in incomes and consumer spending. Then there's also changing of lifestyle, and access to technology has been the important factors for these kind of food world or organized retail outlets. So but it is still, there is still lot of progress we require for agriculture marketing, and marketing should be done in a much bigger manner. Now coming to the last section, that is the crop insurance. So yes, we will talk about the crop insurance in India, and which is called as PM Fasal Bima Yojana. So it is also called as PMBY. Now it is in the line of the concept of one nation, one scheme theme. Okay, so the purpose is to remove the shortcomings of the previous agriculture insurance schemes, and get the best features. So it has been replaced, so it was as called as PMFBI. So PMFBY has been replaced from, so let me write down here, it has been replaced by National Agricultural Insurance Scheme. Okay, and it has been modified as a National Agriculture Scheme. Now PMFBY has been introduced with the following objectives. The first one is to provide insurance coverage and financial support to the farmer, especially now when do we give this? When the event of crop failure or any other natural calamity, the entire insurance is being covered and financial support is given to the farmer. Second, to stabilize the income of the farmers. Then third, to encourage farmers for innovative and modern agricultural practices. Okay, and the fourth is to ensure flow of credit to farmers. Okay, so the scheme, now this scheme covers all the food and oil seeds, then crops, then annual commercial and horticulture crops. The scheme is also compulsory for loanee farmers obtaining the crop loan under the KCC account for notified crops. Okay, so however it is voluntary. Now if the farmer wants, he can insure his crop. If he does not want, he may not insure. Now the scheme provisions have been simplified, and the maximum premium which is payable by the farmer will be only 2%. Okay, so remember it should be 2%. So 2% for Kharif food and oil seeds, and 1.5% is for Rabi crops. Okay, for oil seeds crops, and then 5% is for annual commercial or horticultural crops. So there is a division and brackets have been given. So 2% for Kharif, 1.5 for Rabi, and 5% for annual commercial or horticultural crops. Now the difference between premium and the rate of insurance charges payable by the farmers shall be shared equally, okay, by the center and the state. Now the scheme shall be implemented on there's a thing called as area approach basis. So the scheme shall be implemented on an area approach basis, and the unit of insurance shall be village or village panchayat level for major crops, and for other crops, it can be in a unit of size above the level of village or village panchayat. Now, if you want to claim for wide, spread calamities, they are calculated on the area approach. How much calamity has been done? Okay, based on the post-harvest losses due to the specified cyclone or cyclonic rain or unseasonal rain, so it will be accessed at the affected insured field of the individual farmer. Now, there is no upper limit on the government subsidy. The government can insure and can pay a lot of subsidy. Even if the balance premium is 90%, the government will pay, and the entire 90% will be borne by the government. Now, earlier this premium rate was because of low claim was happening, but now the government has said that no, there will be a premium subsidy. We will pay for all the losses. Please do not worry. And yes, this entire scheme is computerized, and the use of technology is encouraged to a great extent. So smartphones, yes, smartphones will be used to capture and upload the data of crop cutting, and so that there is no delay, and this way it will reduce the delays in claim payments to farmers. Okay, so remote sensing, yes, another very very famous application called as remote sensing will be used to reduce the number of crop cutting experiments. Okay, so that is why, if you see that PMFYBY is the best, because it is including all lots of benefits are there. So if you compare to the old insurance, this is the one of the best insurance schemes which the government of India has, and it is the latest one. So this will be coming in your exams, as I said, and yes, there will be a comparison. But apart from that, there are some challenges in the insurance scheme, and I'm sure in the near future it will be rectified. Okay, so I'll see you in the next class, where we will discuss the most important questions on agriculture. Okay, thank you so much.